So this is a demo account using water routes. The developer, his name is Matthew Murdoch out of Logan, Utah. We, as a Last Chance Canal Company here in Grace, reached out to them. We operate a 100+ shareholder canal company covering 30,000 acres. And needed something to help aggregate and handle a database of daily water orders for our canal company. The backbone of what we had designed by Matthew was individual users. Those individual users create an account, username, password, etc. And from there, they are assigned a specific type of account, type of access and privileges within the site. The screen we're seeing here is I'm logged in as if I'm an admin, so there's a lot more going on this screen than an individual user would be that's simply just logging in to make the water order for their farm. But quite easy to go in and assign different type of account type privileges to an individual user. From there, not all users are going to be associated with a farm. For instance, Secretary of the Canal Company, Water Masters of the Canal Company. So from there, users are assigned to specific farms in order to generate a report, to generate data in and out on a farm level. So from there, farms are created and managed accordingly. From there, farms are then associated with a specific canal. For Idaho Crops terms, for a website, I think we could think canals would be commodities. Certain farms will have water on one canal. Other farms will have water on multiple canals. Certain farms are filing an application for Idaho Crop for seed potatoes and nothing else. Some farms are submitting applications for seed potatoes, seed canola, seed wheat, seed barley, etc. So those are the three main backbones that everything's built on: users, canals, farms, or users, farms, commodities. From there, this is just a simplistic example of, again, data in, data out. How do we want to see that? How do we want to run a report? What does a report look like? Where's the data behind it, etc. So this is, let's change this to last 12 months. I want to see a report that shows all water orders for all farms, all canals the last 12 months. Here is that report here. Well, where's the data behind it to justify it? I can click on export, and this would export a file to Excel to show me what's the data behind this report. Different parameters for a given report, measurements, etc. I don't want it in gallons per minute. I want it in CFS. I can change that. Let's go to gallons per minute and export it a different way. Report, I want to see on a more specific level of Farmer B on Canal B, the last 4 months. Here we go. Again, now I can export that specific set of parameters for that specific report. One nice thing too is with users already creating an account, signing up with an email, having putting in their cell phone, there is already a database of users built in order to turn around and have a messaging or a broadcasting feature. So we come in here, create a broadcast. I want to send a message, all users meeting Monday, etc. Here we go. I send that meeting, or I can send a message to everyone. Say the next week we have just a meeting for a specific sub-segment of the group. I want to go in by canal. Again, think commodity. I want to do canal C, and I want to do canal D. I can go in. I can send a message just to that sub-segment. Say I have an individual farmer I need to reach out to with a question or a message or an alert. I can go into an individual farm. Auto generates my list of farms. I want to go in and send one to Farmer B. There I go. So it harnesses the already built database of users in order to create an easy broadcasting and messaging network off of the back of that. Settings, there's a lot of customization in the settings, and behind, again, this all deals with water, but different parameters in order to accomplish different things, time parameters, day parameters, notification parameters, etc. This is an important section here. Not all water is measured the same way or the same way by different canal companies or whatnot, so there's all sorts of customizable parameters for shares and units, time zone, how the app looks, etc. Then on top of that, if that's not enough customization, there is a super admin panel on top of the regular admin panel to engage, disengage specific parts of the website, the database, etc. So what does a report look like? Again, on the water end, water users had a cutoff time at 9 p.m. Water users or water orders for that day would cease. Those orders are put into action the following morning. So at 9 p.m., water orders shut off. In this instance, an hour and 20 minutes later, this is a report that's auto-generated from the data put in by the users, aggregated together, and automatically sent to the water masters that evening. This is on a more macro, bigger picture, big laterals. What do I need to have where? How does that change from yesterday? But then the data is then aggregated in smaller chunks and more specific chunks with not just an individual canal, but on an individual user basis, canal by canal, spot by spot. And this is a report that's generated 100 times, 90 times a summer nightly by the software is just one example of what we're getting. One of the nicest things is that whether this is accessible on a desktop, on my iPad, on my phone, whether it's through a browser or the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store, whatever it may be, the user interface is almost identical and there's not a learning curve for each. It's the same user experience, irregardless of how I'm accessing the data, which makes it very easy for people of all types to pick up on, and we're learning the system once, which made it really nice.